Welcome, everybody, and welcome to this channel. I know podcast Steve's Wrestling Ramble. I usually wait episode in the week to talk about breaking news stuff in wrestling because there's always breaking news, like the passing of Jimmy Superfly Snuka and other things that are more important or less important. Well, obviously, to that news is less important than that. But usually, I hold off the breaking news. I hold off news, whether it's NFL breaking news or WWE breaking news. I hold off until I get to my podcast that week. For my wrestling one, Steve's Wrestling Ramble, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central. So I usually wait until I get to my show, be with my team, Mark Rambo at Marcus Rambo, Raunchy Mikey at Raunchy Mikey on Twitter, Palmer J. Simmons at 03PJ Sims Killer, KILLZA, or ZA Killer, and Raymond at ETR22_. So all for my team of 4 others, me 5, and I usually wait until I be able to get that group and be able to talk wrestling news and Raw and throw it in and yada yada and get their thoughts, and I will. Don't worry. But I just felt like with this news being as big as it was, as huge as it is, especially for me, gosh darn it, I've been a WWE fan for all of my life since the year of 1994, and Kurt Angle, obviously not starting, in WWE, not that at that time, obviously, but you know what I mean. I've been a fan all my life, and during the late stage of the Attitude Era, and there with Kurt Angle, and having him there with his iconic feuds with Brock Lesnar, Steve Austin, among others, starting off with a great feud with Taz when he was having that winning streak, and Taz being the first person to defeat him. That's how that storyline went. Kurt Angle. Even the first time he was on WWE TV, he was as a fan coming in there with kind of like a character like Rusev now. I forget the superstar's name at that time. I do apologize. But anyways, he was the fan, quote unquote, the fan, the plant, or whatever it's called in business terms, or in the business terms. But either way, you know what I mean. And I guess he was supposed to be the fan that was supposed to stomp on the flag or spit on it or do this or that for $1,000. And the gimmick for that character that Kurt Angle was in the ring with, I guess, was, almost like a mixture of Rusev and the $1 Million Man. Stupid Americans will do anything for a price, sort of thing. So kind of a mix of the $1 Million Man and Rusev, with everybody having a price and disgracing America. So that kind of character. At least that's how I took it from watching. But anyways, that's where Kurt Angle started. And then he had his first pay-per-view match. If not that pay-per-view, then pay-per-view later. And the rest is history. Former WWE champion, like I said, the kind of best feud of all, being against his actual friend, in a way, Brock Lesnar. So now we're in 2017. Many years later, heck, his TNA career has been almost longer, if not been longer, or been longer since than his than the WWE one. I think he ended his career in WWE in 2006, started his career in TNA the same year, months later, I believe, if not a month later, and then went from there. So 2006 was a big year in that way for wrestling. Rey Mysterio won that Royal Rumble that year, I do believe, in honor of Eddie Guerrero, after the passing of Eddie Guerrero in 2005. So I myself had a big year in 2006. I graduated high school. So I graduated high school, turned 18, all that other stuff. So, but on task here about Kurt Angle, here in 2017, here now in January 2017, has been announced Kurt Angle, first reported by ESPN, not by WWE, but ESPN, then reported by WWE. He's going to Hall of Fame, 2017 Hall of Fame, as you can see in the description or title of this video. So, like I said, I usually wait until I get to the podcast episode and have my team talk. And maybe if my team members are, not at work or whatever, not busy, maybe they'll be able to join in. But I'm sure I'll bring it up again in the podcast episode on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. So But I just wanted to share my thoughts, hear what you guys think, you guys and gals out there. What you guys think of the news of Kurt Angle? Like I said, welcome to subscribe, like, share, all the other stuff as I usually say. But I was sitting here getting the news, tweeting to people at WWE_podcast on Twitter, just in case you want to check to make sure that I'm not BSing you on that. I did tweet and have some retweets there on my Twitter feed there. Hearing the reports, and even I retweeted Kurt Angle's short and sweet announcement about it that came from his Twitter handle. So, and I'll definitely be talking about this next week, or at least depending on if they bring it up, because it'll be a week old at that time next week for the pay-per-view predictions. I'll also be on Lazy Booking Podcast on their episode on the 25th, the day before my show. Maybe talking about this again or bringing up my thoughts on their show at that time too. But it was just such big news, especially for me personally, that I wanted to share it now. So I guess I don't apologize for an impromptu video. But let me see here. I know I have a couple of people here watching live. Excuse me, what is that? But so what will this mean? Will he be a surprise entrant, or now a somewhat less surprising entrant in the Royal Rumble, or the trade-off of him being announced to be in the Hall of Fame and knowing that he'll be back in some capacity, whether it's going to be as a manager for American Alpha, as that's been talked about for a long time, because that's like the second, seemed like to be second coming of Team Angle with Benjamin and Haas, Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas. At that time, and it makes sense because both being actual former amateur wrestlers themselves, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. So you could have a Team Angle 2.0, or you could just come back maybe for one match at WrestleMania 33. Now, that'd be awesome. I know I've been talking about me trying to get a ticket and be able to go there. I did also, to be quite honest, I did reach out to WWE and to their corporate headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. No response yet from them about it. But no, that's understandable. I mean, they're WWE. I'm sure they get it all the time from, legitimate, for me as a military veteran, and other stuff that's trying to find a way to other jabronis that are, I guess, stories are less credible. I don't know. I can't say if they're less credible or not, because I haven't heard the stories. So that I'm sure they get flooded with all the time. So that's why it's hard to be the few like my story and maybe even some others for them to even care about, after hearing the thousands and thousands of other ones that either are lies or whatever. So just, I guess, bringing it up as well. But like I said, gosh darn it, like I said, I wanted to wait. And I was thinking about it here after getting the news and doing the tweets and retweets on my Twitter handle and stuff, and wondering, should I do a special episode? Then I see my friend Joe Cronin of the Joe Cronin Show, where he's live right now talking about it, and I thought, you know what, I might as well. I don't have to. It's not, but it is something big and huge to me. Like I said, as a big Kurt Angle mark, just as much as I'm a big fan and a mark of for Dean Ambrose. And I'm sure I'll be talking about this on Talking WWJ if we do have an episode this Thursday. Excuse me, this Thursday there. But sorry, I'm just responding to somebody. Like I said, you're welcome to follow me on Twitter at W_podcast. And like I said here, I'm just responding to someone here on Twitter talking about Kurt Angle coming into the Hall of Fame early. And that's true. It's dangerous that it's early, but I don't know. It's one of those things. What do you want? You want him to wait a bit longer, him being the cover boy of the rest of a video game for 2K18, and have him go into the Hall of Fame? Then next year at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, when they come back to New Orleans, which in New Orleans is celebrating 50 years, I guess, bicentennial, whatever that's called, for them that year in the year 2018, the whole year, and WWE being part of it with WrestleMania there? Or do we have him come now, have it announced, have him actually, nothing really be announced yet, have him be a surprise, first announce the ones that have leaked out, quote unquote, with DDP and Ravishing Rick Rude, and announce them in the next couple of weeks. Then the Royal Rumble happens, Kurt Angle surprise entrance, and then if you even want to do it during the Rumble and say, oh, we just got breaking news that Kurt Angle's going to the Hall of Fame. Suspend disbelief in that way, with the storyline and reality of things, you know what I mean? In between, with him being a surprise entrant and that news. Or you'd have the next night, Kurt Angle news after his big surprise and stuff like that at the Royal Rumble. I don't know which way I would have rather it to been, to be quite honest. I mean, I was almost thinking of doing a live reaction to the entire Royal Rumble match itself. Not the show, but the match itself. I was thinking of doing a live reaction to it, because with other surprise entries that we could get. I don't know. I'm just kind of shocked right now. Happy. in a happy way, I'm shocked. But I'm just shocked right now. I wish I could get to my chat, because I know I have a couple people watching live. Last time I checked, I had when I started here, I actually had 8 people viewing live. No, I think it's down. As I see here, it's down to 2. Then again, most are probably over on my buddy's Joe Cronin's his live feed, which is cool and understandable, because hey, he's a great dude too. Good stuff over there, Joe Cronin show. Trying to think how this could go, and what this could mean, and where things can go from here. It's gonna be interesting for sure. And I'm obviously really happy to hear this news, and looking forward to seeing how things progress from here, and if maybe it'll even be announced that since it's breaking live before Monday Night Raw, hours before, and yada yada, and maybe obviously that's the plan, and then they have the video package tonight. Hey, Monday Night Raw video package, or Kurt Angle's news, and an announcement of him being into the 2017 Royal Rumble, and you get to see all those iconic moments again, and blast from the past, and all that other stuff, nostalgia feelings for me personally. And I'm not gonna lie about that. I always do when I see video packages for The Rock or Austin or whatever. Whenever The Rock goes in the Hall of Fame, I mean, hard to believe The Rock isn't in yet. Austin is, but The Rock isn't yet. So I'm looking forward to that. The Undertaker's, but here specifically Kurt Angle, maybe we'll see that here on Raw. I would venture to say there's 80% chance of that happening. You see that on Raw tonight. With the announcement video package, and then usually after the video package, when they go back to the crowd after whatever showing it to the audience there, and obviously the millions and millions watching around the world Monday Night Raw, they play the Superstars theme song usually, or not. No, maybe not always. I'm thinking about something else. Maybe they play the Hall of Fame theme or that stuff. Maybe not the Superstars theme, but I don't know. Hopefully they do. That'd be awesome. You hear Kurt Angle's music. He's not going to be showing up. He's not going to be there. Obviously, I know that. But just hearing it again on WTV and not on a YouTube video that's edited of I don't know if anybody's seen those videos on YouTube, whether it's Kurt Angle or others, like, Kurt Angle returns to confront Rusev, and it's an edited thing, which is Obviously, it has to be because it didn't happen. But without seeing those things, soon we might have a Kurt Angle and Rusev meeting in the ring, just like remember there was edited videos with Goldberg returning to confront people. That could happen now in real life, actually happening. So I was just bringing that up because those are kind of cool. They're kind of cool and also obviously funny in their own way because it didn't actually happen. So when it actually happens, we actually have Kurt Angle in the WWE ring again. That's going to be an awesome moment. As like I said, like I've always said on my show here and on Talking WWE with Jay, as I say to them, that I do already have a couple of tweets ready to go for my personal Twitter handle because my personal Twitter handle is linked with my phone or whatever. And I have 2 tweets ready to go when that does happen. Difference this time is it's probably going to be obviously early announced and promoted and stuff like that. Then it being a surprise of him coming to a Raw and showing up to the Rumble. Because I actually edited those tweets that I have saved up and ready to go with the hashtag Royal Rumble instead of the hashtag Raw because I thought maybe he might be a surprise entry, like an actual surprise. So maybe here he still might be, not whatever. The point is, whenever it does happen, whenever he does show up on live WWE TV, this happy camper, this positive person, because I am all my life, which is part of my personality, this nice guy, good guy, whatever you want to call me, I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's true. Staying true. So it's going to be awesome when that moment happens. And like I said, it's such big news for me personally with this for Kurt Angle that so I felt to talk about it right now. Talk about it here on this channel. Give me, welcome to give a thumbs up if you're a fan of Kurt Angle, or if you're just a fan of this Kurt Angle back and forth news story ending. Just like here in Wisconsin, in Green Bay, we, as much as I'm a diehard Brett Favre fan and everything, was happy with when that saga finally ended the back and forth between Brett Favre and the Packer organization. I still side with Brett Favre on the whole situation, but I was happy that saga was over. Well, whether you're happy the saga is over between Kurt Angle and WWE, or this will he, won't he, these quote unquote fake news things are breaking fake news in the past that I've seen on YouTube and otherwise, and I'm not gonna name names to shame anybody because that's, like I said, I'm not that type of person. I'm a positive person. But I'm just saying, obviously, you wrestling fans, that's out there. But so with that and with rumors and with hope, because there's a lot of WWE fans, a lot of Kurt Angle fans like me, and others that are hopeful that this will be the year he'll return and the Royal Rumble and special entrant or the Hall of Fame, and but with how this year was leading up to the 2017 Hall of Fame, that was being linked about DDP, being announced to be in the Hall of Fame. You thought, okay, maybe he'll be the headliner this year. They don't need that big name yet. They can hold off Kurt Angle till next year and have him be the main event, like DDP have his shine and be the main attraction, be the headliner, and also the showstopper in a way for the Hall of Fame for 2017 class because of all the work DDP has done since leaving the ring, and plus even his great career, obviously being part of it. But everything he's done outside DDP yoga, saving lives, helping people, whether it's former and fellow superstars or just fans and ordinary people. He's helped a plethora of people change their lives for the better. And his latest one being Vader. So I thought maybe that's the way they were going to go for 2017 class, and then go from there and wait for Kurt Angle later. But great news to hear today about Kurt Angle being announced to go into the Hall of Fame. I'm looking forward to it, as all of you should. So, thanks for stopping by. And if you're stopping by an archive, like I said, check out the podcast. Actually, before I leave, I'm gonna check and see my chat room if I can get into my chat room here. And if people were already there and I missed out on them, I do apologize. I just was so quick. I wanted to get here on YouTube, be live. I forgot about that. Red Pug, Palmer J. Simmons. Capacity Leaf 332. Talking WWJ. Hey, look, thank you guys for being here for however long you were here. I apologize that I wasn't here earlier to actually read your comments, but I'm going to read them now. Palmer J. Simmons started off saying Kurt Angle is wrestling at the Indies. He's not retiring. Yes, he has dates technically all the way to March. You are correct. Team member, co-host of mine. But as he said, and then, again, that was a rumor at the time a couple weeks ago when Kurt Angle was telling indie promotions or promoters that he should be scheduled to be on the docks in April because he's planning to return to WWE. And people were thinking, oh, this is just Kurt Angle talking again and saying he's having talks with Triple H and having talks with Vince and WWE. And in the end, it doesn't happen. I took him at his word this time. I don't know what it was about that was different from all the other times. But as a Kurt Angle fan and as a Mark, I'm sure just personally I wanted it to be true. But part of me also thought, it could be. But now we know. He is coming back to WWE, if not just specifically for the Hall of Fame. And then from there, getting a Legends contract and doing something, whether a match or whatever. And we'll talk about that at that time or on the show this Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. Just saying. Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Red Pug says he is. It's true. OMFG. What if he's on Raw? Nah, he'll be in the Rumble though. Hey, like I said, I would look forward to if they even just have a video package on Monday Night Raw tonight, announcing the announcement, of course, having the announcement there about Kurt Angle. So, yeah. And Capacity Leaf 332. What do I think about the Packer game last night? Great game. Glad we won. Deserved that win. Now we're on to Atlanta. And Jay, thank you for stopping by. And thanks to the person that gave it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you're a fan of Kurt Angle, if you're a fan of WWE, or if you're just happy the saga between Kurt Angle and WWE is over, because it has somewhat been a saga. Like I said, I'm a big Kurt Angle mark, but I also see the reality to see what been going on the last couple of years in that kind of way. Not saying no one's in the wrong, no one's in the right. Not like saying it's that kind of a serious issue. It's not, but it's just saying in general that's what it was. And I, for one, am glad and give it all a thumbs up in that way. That's so. Like I said, welcome to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below this video. Obviously, leave a like. Welcome to subscribe to the channel. I'm slowly growing. Got over 100 now. On the road to 1K. Or maybe first I should crawl before I walk, or walk before I run. Maybe the next goal being 500, and then 1,000. So I am already looking forward to the prediction episode for the show next week, the next Thursday. Where I'll have my team along with a plethora of others that will be joining me for that episode. We might even have a full house. Actually, I think it's a pretty good chance we're going to have a full house for that episode. So definitely going to be a lot of talking heads, so to speak, to be talking the Royal Rumble and everything. And I'm sure I'll bring up Kurt Angle again there because why not? I can. I'm the host, right? So also, we'll be starting off that show with me. I'll give out the numbers to everybody for the Royal Rumble pool and stuff like that. So it'll be tons of fun there. So I'm just seeing here in the chat if there's any new people. Well, not just new people here, but anybody in the chat room that wanted to speak. Again, I apologize. I didn't have it open right away when I went live. I'm glad that I did, though. Having a couple people watching here. Whether you're a Kurt Angle fan or not, they're just a WWE fan. It's awesome. Thanks for watching for how long you did. And to Palmer J. Simmons, Red Pug, Capacity Leaf 332, and Talking WHJ here in the chat room. Thanks for leaving a message here. Like I said, I just wanted to stay here. Oh, Mark Ramble was here too. Mark Ramble, a fellow co-host of mine, saying, "Oh, I pray he isn't retiring." Well, it might be time. Kurt Angle has said in the past that he's looking to retire. That he feels that time has come. It does come for every wrestler anyways. At some point, you're going to retire, Whether you actually truly retire, that's a different story. Ric Flair has been retired for a very long time. He's had matches, been in storylines. Heck, he's just in one, or still technically is in one in a way with, or will be forever in one with his daughter, current WWE Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. But in Kurt Angle's situation, I think it could be, and I feel bad for Jordy too. Capacity leave 332. He feels bad for Jordy Nelson. Well, if we go to the Super Bowl, maybe he'll be able to play then. Maybe he'll finally be healed enough if we go to the Super Bowl. But anyways, I guess I also have to see if any of my co-hosts want to join this impromptu video. Like I said, this is a separate video. This is not anything with Steve's Wrestling Ramble. It's going to be its own show later this week. But I wanted to actually have show this part of my channel. Like I actually will have news or videos about breaking news stuff, and then bring it up also in the podcast or whatever if it's affiliated that way. So it's who's the next wrestler I want to see return other than Kurt Angle? Palmer, J. Simmons, Aswell, Palmer. I think the next person that I want to return, just as badly as I wanted Kurt Angle to return for all these years. It's a tough one because most of my energy has been on Kurt Angle. To be quite honest, one that just recently left, I would like to see back already. And that's Wade Barrett. I don't know if he will be, whatever, but he would be that next one. I know he hasn't been gone long, obviously, but just the one I can think of here off the top of my head. But I guess maybe that should be end of it here. Thanks for those that are watching. Like I said, those watching live or archived, like the video, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Like I said 1,000 times already, I'm sure. But I don't know. I'm just so happy. I know I'm not speaking in an excited, loud, screaming, going crazy kind of way. But trust me, inside. Trust me, the fact that I'm doing a video right here, that I didn't wait until I had the podcast on Thursday, that I do it here in a separate video of breaking news kind of thing, shows that I'm excited about it. It shows that I'm happy about it. It shows that I'm whatever. If you check out my Twitter feed at WWE_podcast, you'll see that I'm excited about it. Retweeting Kurt Angle, WWE, others, and Stephen A. at Stephen A. 1181 when he broke the news to me and Jay, part of our team there talking WJ. So, you'll see there all that stuff as well. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll talk to you guys more about this with my team on Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, live. Steve's Wrestling Ramble. It'll be great. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good evening. Enjoy Monday Night Raw. And as always, take care.